Julius, congratulations on the win. You solidified yourself as the alternate for the tournament. Was that pretty much what you were expecting to do out there tonight?
Not at all. I don't know. I just couldn't get myself going for some reason. To be honest, like I got in and like the warm-up felt good. Everything felt good. I was ready to go. And I don't know. It just, something went off the second I got in there. Like I felt I was like picking up slowly, but with my hands. But the second we got against the cage, I was like, oh, he's much smaller than me. And I landed a few knees. I was like, oh, I really hurt him. Like I felt it, and I landed a few, and he started like lifting his leg up to defend it. But I think it got into my mind a little too much that he was smaller than me. And the whole training camp we were like, oh my God, this guy has a lot of finishes, da-da-da. Like if he's gonna win, that's the only way he's gonna win. So some people would say that's the smarter way to take the fight. Win is a win. I got to focus on some ground and pound, whatever I was able to do, because he was controlling my hands pretty good. But I don't know, like, yeah, just definitely wanted to strike more. But yeah, the second I grabbed him, I think the two main things just got into my head. Oh my God, if he wins, it's by strikes, because that's what his wins are. And when I grabbed him, like, oh, he's much smaller than me. So it was two good things. Like, I'll take him down, it's easy to control, and I'll take away his main weapon. So I feel most people would say like, no, that was just probably the smartest thing to do. Win is a win, and just not risk it, playing the game that he's been successful with. But even when we were striking, like I didn't feel like it was all, he wasn't as good as I was. He hit me a few times, but it wasn't as hard as what people would hit me in the gym. So I was like, okay, this is not bad, but I don't know. It's just, I'm not happy with the performance. It's something more mental than anything. Even my coaches say, Julius, the second you're going to believe in yourself, you're going to wreck through everybody. And my last performance was amazing. My performance before that was amazing, but I don't know. Today was something different. And I have to acknowledge that in this sport, it's going to happen sometimes. You're not going to get your head straight every time. So I'll just learn from this and just move on, I guess, and just go to the next one. I can't think about me thinking I didn't perform well tonight. So I have to leave that behind me and just move on to the next one. If I'm alternate, they almost put me for the fight Corey Anderson tonight, because the Russian, they said, hey, Julius, the Russian's having a hard time making weight. If you make 205, you'll be in the tournament if the guy doesn't make it, but he ended up making it. So I don't know. I think I'm overthinking too much. So I just have to forget what happened tonight and move on and just get better at it. That's all it is.
Being an alternate, I mean, was that something coming? You just said that they told you about Yagshimeridov maybe missing weight, but did you know for this camp, like, that this was going to be some sort of alternate opportunity?
We knew it was a big possibility. We knew that they're going to have a lot of 205ers for this show. They said I was going to be the alternate. My original opponent was supposed to be Carl Arbrickson. Is that his name? Yeah, he was supposed to be my original opponent. So I had no idea he was also fighting this weekend until earlier this week. So I was like, maybe he's alternate. But then I realized he's fighting the Nemkov's brother or whoever. So I was like, okay, I guess my opponent is with the least name. So, okay, I guess it would make sense for me to not fight him and jump in the tournament if something happens. So we had an idea that it's possibility. I mean, it's 8 guys. Somebody could possibly drop out. But so we were ready for it. We didn't think much of it though, because we're like, no, we just got to focus on my opponent. If I get the opportunity to fight in a tournament, great, but just don't really think about it too much. But yeah, I definitely like it, and it's an honor for them to consider me, because in my mind, I'm still like that amateur who started 6 years ago. So,
and how do you prepare for something like this? I mean, do you just essentially, are you in camp all the time? Like, this tournament is going to go on for months, and it could be the finals when they give you a call. So how do you prepare for something like that?
If it's like the finals and they give me a call, I would feel like they would give somebody who lost a shot to come back. I feel it would be not fair for me to jump in when I did not go through a few rounds. For example, I feel like if it's a finals and one of the guys dropped out, I feel Machida should jump in, because he's a big name. he lost in the against really, really tough guy in the first round. So I feel he would be the what do you call it? The backup. Yeah. So, but either way, I feel they're gonna still have me scheduled for those days to fight somebody. And if something happens, I feel I will jump in. So I just have to get ready. I'll see how my arm is because like I hurt it in my last fight. So I have to like not train for 2 or 3 months. And same idea, like for my last fight, I only trained for like 6 weeks straight because of my rib injury. Then I tore my bicep tendon slightly, not too much. But again, like I was able to train only like 6 weeks for this one as well. So it's like, do I get to train 6 weeks for every single one? Well, before, yeah, I would just train all year round and then I would just sharpen it up. So we'll see how my body feels, how my arm is feeling after this one. And now that I think about it, maybe it's for the better that I was just doing ground and pound versus re-injuring my bicep tendon. I think it was just too many hyperextensions in my last fight. So now that I think about it, I think that was the smartest thing for me to do how I did today. So yeah, I don't feel as bad now. So.
All right, 1 or 2 more here. Ronald?
Ronald E. Smith from Getting Real. Julius, how you doing, man?
Good, thank you.
It's always been told that we're our own biggest critic, and clearly from this, even if you got the W, you yourself, you're already looking back at your performance. To yourself, at everything that you just went through in the octagon, how for yourself can say, I accept what happened, but I don't like the outcome of it.
What's your question? I'm sorry.
No, my question was, how can you be when getting the W? How can you look back at it and say, I'm happy I got the W, but I'm not satisfied on how it came to be?
I think it's the your mind just locks up sometimes. Like I see in some of my past performances where I'm just relaxed and just going, I get this nice momentum and just roll down the hill and keep attacking the guy. Well, today I don't know, I just couldn't get myself going. While before I was just like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, everything's gonna be awesome. So I think when that happens, when you just don't do what you were supposed to do, that's what is disappointing, because almost like you become a prisoner of your own thinking and it kind of locks you up. And even then, like, I feel like when you're in there, when you're doing ground and pound, like, I feel it could have been prettier. Now, again, I'll have to go back and see the footage. But he had like, I was like trying, but he had me like nicely locked up. So it was pretty tough sometimes, but I feel if I would be happy with this performance, then I would not be getting better. So I feel that's like one of the smartest things to do is just when you fight, and if you know it was like, okay, you can't be happy with it because there's so many good guys out there and you got to do much, much better than that to compete with them. Maybe at the same time, because it's when you fight a really, really good guy, it's like, okay, it's a win-win for me. Like, it's a good name. I have nothing to lose. While with this guy, he was 12-6. So on paper, it's like, okay, I should win. But at the same time, he's a dangerous guy. So I don't know. I feel just not being happy with it. It's a good thing to have because you're just going to go back and you're going to work on it. And that's what we'll have to do. So.
All right, Julius, thanks for the time. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.